You've seen me try, you've seen me break, you've seen me fight the demons I face. You give me air when I can't breathe, when I can't bear to fight what's coming. You say don't surrender, I never.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another ride. Today I am out on this humongous Monster Pro. Check this out. And today I just want to give you my first impressions right on this wheel. I think I'll do another video with all the details and whatever, and as I get used to the wheel, I'll in the next video I will probably talk a little bit more about all the stats and all the stuff. But in this ride, it's just going to be a short little ride, me getting out on the wheel for the first time, and I'm going to ride the same trails as what I ride my Sherman and my S18 and my M10-3. so yes, come along and enjoy the ride. This is an interesting wheel because a lot of people love them and a lot of people don't like them, and I just want to give you my first impressions. You know, I've basically got on the wheel at home and I've basically rolled down to the canal path, and yeah, interesting. Stick with me and I'll tell you more. Let's get going.
You give me air when I can't breathe, when I can't bear to fight what's coming. You say don't surrender, I never will. I've seen you break, but I've seen you rebuild. Don't surrender, I'll hold your hand. I've seen you dark sides, but I've seen you.
Okay, so let's get started on this thing. Firstly, a massive thanks to SPEEDYFEET and Ian for allowing me to take this wheel for a few days to give it a test ride, or a demo or loan ride, just to get a feel for this wheel and just to give you guys some feedback on this wheel. Yeah, huge thanks. Thank you very much, guys. It is super much appreciated. And also, if you guys want any wheels or anything EUC related, please check the guys out at SPEEDYFEET. They are, I've only had good service from them from the word go, way back when I bought my 9-bot 1 C+. Yeah. Okay, first impressions. You know, when I got on this wheel, this thing is big. It is, you know, now I thought my Sherman is a big wheel. This thing is just much bigger. You know, it just feels, even when you stand, it's almost shoulder width that you stand on the wheel. And yes, that is really nice. You know, it is a really comfortable ride. The pedals is nice, wide and long as well. But this is the stock pedals, so it is a really solid planted wheel. 24-inch wheel that just roll over anything. It's almost like a Rolls-Royce ride. It's sort of a compare from a like a 5 Series being the Sherman, and then a Rolls-Royce being this wheel. It because the bigger wheels just roll over uneven terrain much easier. Let's get over this road here. There we go. What else? This one has got the Clark pads on that Ian fitted, and I must say, without the Clark pads on this wheel, me being very light, I don't have enough what do you call it, leverage on the wheel that that as soon as you get it going, that's perfectly fine. But as soon as you have to stop, you're just going to fall off the back. Because it's so heavy, and when you've got a bigger wheel, you need more leverage. I don't weigh anything, you know, it's like 75 kilograms. So for me to sort of try and stop this thing, I think this thing weighs about over 40 kilograms. I had to pick it up into the car yesterday, and it was like, man, this thing is heavy. So yeah, the Clark pads is a massive addition to this wheel and how you are able to ride it. And I'll do a little separate video about the Clark pads and my feedback on them, because this is the first time I've used Clark pads. But check out for that video coming down the line. Rolls-Royce like ride, you know, comfortable, wide, heavy, big nice pedals, and I'll show you guys around the wheel in a minute. You know, it's got a lift switch. I don't know why you would need a lift switch on this type of wheel, because the tire is so big that it's just easier just to roll it up a staircase or roll it down. I don't really want to lift it up anywhere. So what else can I think about this wheel, just on my initial impressions? I charged it up with my Sherman charger, so that worked quite well. I think I only have a 3 amp charger for the Sherman, and I think this one has got 2 charge ports, so you can fill it up quite nice and fast. I'm quite interested to see the range. You know, I'm a 75 kilogram rider, and I'm just gonna ride the wheel till it starts beeping. You know, pushing a wheel past the beeps and trying to eke out the last bit of mileage, for me, it's not really worthwhile. It's not fun when you ride at that low level of battery. On these wheels, when you put the power down when you are low battery, you can cause a overpower, so you fall, or if you want to get around an obstacle or a car or want to overtake anything, it might tilt you back at that critical time where you want to overtake the car, and then you can't overtake, and then you maybe into oncoming traffic and stuff. So yeah, it's not for me ideal. It's not cool. So I don't really ride the wheels till the last battery percentage and get the I want to get real world range for how I want to use the wheel. So just a little caveat on that. Trolley handle, I didn't really use the trolley handle. It's a trolley handle. It moves the wheel around. This thing would be also really nice for seated riding, because it's so high, and it would be easy to just sit down, because it's you know, the distance between your bum and the wheel, and if you can fit that seat that you can get to fit on here, it lifts it up nice and high, so you don't have to bend down too far. So I think this can be awesome. It's got the speakers in. A lot of people enjoy speakers on their wheels. I don't really, it doesn't really bug me. If there's speakers in, great. If there's no speakers in, it's even better for me. I don't really listen to music while I'm riding. I think when you do long distance trips, then having music is quite nice, but then I'll probably just get a clip-on speaker that I can clip on, use it, pack it away if I don't use it. I would rather prefer weatherproofing above speakers. I never hear this stuff in any case, and especially where I ride, there's sometimes a lot of people, and it just sometimes annoys people. So yeah, it's an option. People like it, people don't like it. I don't mind it. I would prefer weatherproofing, weather sealing, much more than a tinny speaker in the front or the rear to listen to music. My own opinion, really. So don't take that too serious. yeah, I'm going to turn the camera around so you guys can see. I like the lights at the back. This is one of the things that I do enjoy of wheels, is to have the side lights. It's really nice. Look at this thing, man. Boom, that is the height from the ground to the pedals. It's got this this type of tire. I assume this is more a road tire, but it's so far next to the canal it's been really smooth. Look at that light, man. I like that. Small little tail light. It does have a you can get a mud guard for it, but again, for me, a wheel that is, I think this thing costs about £3,500. So for me, if a wheel comes with a price tag attached to it like that, I would really appreciate a mud guard, especially for the UK. This is the trolley handle. It looks like it only goes up to that high, but then again, you know, when you stand next to this beast, that is high enough. This was fully charged this morning. Check at that, boom. And this is what I was saying about the foot pedals. They are nice and long and wide. I've got a size 10 shoe. These are the Clark pads. Really nice and soft. I do enjoy that, but I'll get to that at another stage. Again, it's got that RGB light in the front. It's nice and clear. They've really done a good job. You don't see the LED, so it's like a smooth light. I like that. Really, really cool. And then it's got the two lights in the front. I've used them coming down to the canal, and they're nice and bright as well, shine down. And then if you have a look at the charge port, you've got the double charge ports there, and then the voltage, and that's the lift switch on the front, and then the on-off switch and the lights on. That a USB charging for your phone. Again, for me, it's I've never really needed that, but it would be quite nice to not have that on the top and have it maybe on the side, where you can like somewhere there where you can have a plug on the side, so water don't run down onto it or sit on top of it. So that's a quick overview of the wheel, just to show you around it. Really, I've linked it up with Darkness Bot. I have done about 5 miles, and Darkness Bot is telling me that I've got 89% battery life. Interesting. But yeah, I will after the ride, I will put the ride stats up at the end of the video, so you can see that. It's quite interesting, because I'm really keen to see the range on this wheel for myself, doing my normal trails. You know, I do cruise at around 25 to, sometimes 30 miles an hour, but 30 miles an hour I really reach when it's a good bit of road. I'm not just going to go 30 miles an hour next to the canal. I need to know that specific area and that route really well, and it needs to be open, so I limit my chances of something going wrong, so I can stop and get off and jump off and bail out. so yeah. But guys, let's carry on and do some more riding. Okay, I'm here on my little open stretch. But yeah, so the wheel is, for the size of the wheel, it is really easy to maneuver. I thought it's going to be quite unwieldy. Yes, it is heavy, but because it comes up so high on your legs and is almost by my knee, that you've got leverage to the side, so you can really lean it to turn it. And yeah, it's good. It's really nice. I'm very impressed with this thing. But guys, if I think in my situation, and the trails that I ride, it's something that I would probably not buy. And there's always going to be pros and cons to every wheel, I think. And you need to really decide what wheel is going to work for your situation, where you ride, what terrain you ride, if you need a small wheel, or big wheel, or fast wheel, or a heavy wheel, or a massive range wheel, or not a range wheel. Do you like the looks? Don't you like the looks? You know, there's so many different little parts about a unicycle that tickles people's fancy. It can just be having a 14-inch wheel just to go ride around in the park. It can be the maximum 24-inch wheel to do long distance rides in comfort, big open roads where you can really just cruise. I think every wheel is different for everyone. And then as well, you know, the old sneaky little thing that comes in, and that is the price. Now, for a lot of people as well, you know, if I can spend £1,500 or 1,000 or under £2,000 for a wheel, that's sort of a good chunk of money, but it also allows you to really no, it doesn't allow you, but that's a good price for a good wheel, I would say. Anything more, then it becomes a little bit more specialized, I think, because then you require a higher speed, or you want more range or whatever, and then it jumps up to quite a lot of money. But yeah, so for me to spend £3,500 on a wheel, that for me personally, if I look at my terrain that I ride, it's very much a wheel that is for open trail cruising, and not even trail riding. Now, I would say this is for open road riding. Boom. You know, if I look at the US, where these guys have got these cycle paths next to the storm channel, drains, whatever, that massive things. It's super open, and man, you can just cruise on this thing. It is, you know, you have to put so little input into the wheel to keep it up to a nice speed. 25, 30 miles an hour, you'll feel so comfortable on this wheel because it's got big battery packs, low power, low weight, and it's just like an boom, you're just in there. Absolutely lovely. But for me personally, I don't know, man. It's it's too big. It's too big. And you know, it's too big, and it needs to have so much more range than the Sherman to actually make it viable for me for that price. And this is sort of the thing, you know, for what I use the wheel to actually ride next to the canals and going to work and whatever. This thing lifting up on stairs and whatever to get into the office and so forth, I can't be asked. It's too big. It's too big. Too heavy and too big. But I think if you can ride from your house somewhere where it's wide trails and you can go on for miles, 50-mile rides, 60-mile rides, it's going to be interesting. I want to see what the range is on this thing. And I'll put the range down when I actually get home after this little ride. We have to go out this morning, so I don't have a lot of time to go out and ride. And I must say, I haven't been riding very fast this morning either, so it'll be interesting. But yeah, this is a very specialized wheel, specific to people that want to do specific type of riding. For city riding and crossing from one town to the other town and so forth, brilliant. Big, flat, comfortable. I'm standing on this thing and just leaning a little bit forward on the clock pads, and it just goes. It just, you know, even the braking, I think without the braking, without the cloud pads, and this thing will be a beast to stop. Throw the anchor out. Okay guys, just some additional thoughts, and just I want to read you my stats. So the temperature of the wheel is 39 degrees C. I've actually had the fan come on quite a few times now. Quite interesting. It is 4 degrees outside and the fan comes on. So interesting how the cooling works on this one. For instance, the Kingsong doesn't overheat at all in these temperatures. And the Sherman, I've rarely heard the fan come on. I think I've heard it in the peak of summer where that comes on. So yeah, the fan comes on this one. It's been on quite a few times. Maximum speed 29 miles per hour, and the battery is sitting at 83%, and I've done 12.7 miles. So yes, the total mileage of the wheel currently it's 279. So it doesn't have a lot of mileage on here, and my run time was 1 hour and 11 minutes. What's the average speed? Average speed of 16 miles per hour. So yeah, interesting. 83% for 12 miles. So that's the first ride done, guys. I'm gonna try and get out a few more times depending on the weather, and give you some more feedback on this wheel. But man, as soon as you hit the road, this thing just floats. It just cruises so nicely. On the trails where it gets really bumpy, for me it's a little bit too big. It's just a big heavy wheel. But otherwise it just floats, man. It's really nice ride. But guys, that's the first video of hopefully a few to come. If you've got any questions about the wheel, please drop them in the comments below. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.